Hello friend, good morning. Today we are going to study the unit 2 of icse board. We are going to study that is the unit number 2. Unit number 2, and that is icse chemistry, icse board chemistry. That we are going to study, right? And the name of the unit is chemical change and chemical reaction. Chemical change and chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. Chemical change and chemical reaction. Chemical change and chemical reaction. Now we have to understand that what do you mean by the chemical change, right? What do you mean by the chemical change and what do you mean by the chemical reaction? When you talk about the chemical change now, so there are change. When you see here change change in compound. So if you talk about the change in compound, there are two type of change. First change is a physical change, and next one is what? Chemical change. Physical change, it is the reversible process. Reversible. Now, this is the reversible, and if the things are reversible, so it should be physical. Like that solid, we are having the solid, then it will convert into liquid. Okay, and it can again convert into what? Gas, and gas can be cooled to liquid, and liquid can be freeze into solid. And this chemical change, when you talk about the chemical change, it is irreversible. It is irreversible, right? Like example, if you talk about the curding of milk, so this is what? The irreversible reaction. If the things is irreversible, then it is the chemical change. So chemical change are nothing but the change which cannot be reversed is known as chemical change, and the change which can be reversed again and again, that is known as physical change. So this is all about the chemical change. Okay, now we have to go for the chemical reaction. That what do we mean by chemical reaction? So let us see the chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is also very easy terms here. So I am writing the chemical reaction. The process of breaking of old bond. Process of breaking of old bond of reactants and formation of new bond in product. New bonds in products are known as chemical reaction. So when you talk about the chemical reaction, it is the process of breaking of old bond of reactants and formation of new bond in the products are known as chemical reaction. Okay, and we do chemical bond. You already know what do you mean by the chemical bond when you talk about the chemical bond, right? When you talk about the chemical bond, it is nothing but it is the force of attraction. It is force of attraction. It is force of attraction which holds the atoms in molecules or compound, This is what the chemical bond is all about. The chemical reaction, you got to know what do you mean by the chemical reaction, what do you mean by the chemical bond or the chemical change. Now we are going to the condition, necessary condition for the chemical change. Okay, we are going for the next heading, and the heading is saying necessary condition for chemical change, the chemical reaction. Necessary condition for chemical reaction. What are the necessary condition? We have to go for this one. So first condition is that is the mixing. Okay, and second condition, when you talk about the second condition, is the solution. When you third condition, when you talk about the heat, and when you talk about the fourth condition, that is light. When you talk about the next condition, that is fifth number, that is electricity. When you talk about the next condition, that is pressure. Next condition, that is catalyst. Okay, when you come for here, we will go for the positive and negative catalyst. Positive and negative. So what are the necessary condition? Necessary condition, it means in the absence of these all the things, reaction would not take place. Okay, so these are the necessary condition. Mixing means, mixing means nothing but, it is the chemical reaction occurs when the two molecules mix together. Okay, when properly they will mix, they will form the product. Otherwise, if they are not be able to mix properly, they will not be able to form the product. For example, if we are talking about the, here we are taking the example of PbNO3 whole twice, PbNO3 whole twice, and we are treating this one with the Ki. So we will able to form the product what? Potassium nitrate and PbI2. PbI2, potassium nitrate and PbI2. So how these product form? Because these are the solid, this is also solid. These solid mix together to form the product. Without mixing, they can't form the products. Okay, if this reaction takes place, okay, if this reaction takes place in the aqueous medium, then it is known as the solution. Okay, then the solution is what? That is if the aqueous reactants are there, then they needs to have the homogeneous mixture, then only they can form the product. If you talk about the example like that, I am taking the NaCl. Okay, here this both the things are the solid, that is why we are talking about the mixing. When you are taking this example, that is the solution, so I am taking the NaCl aqueous, again treating if this NaCl with the AgNO3, and this is again aqueous, and this will give rise AgCl, that is white PPT, and it will give the NaNO3 plus NaNO3. Okay, this would be also aqueous, precipitate, and this is also aqueous, right? So this is all about the solution. When the reaction is taking place in the aqueous form, reactants are in the aqueous form, then they need to have the formation of the solution. When heat, few chemical reactions are there, without heat they cannot take place. Okay, heat are the necessary condition for the chemical reaction to occur. For example, I am taking CaCO3. If you heat the CaCO3, so it will give the CaO plus CO2. So without heat, this reaction would not take place. Now come for the light. Few reaction like the photosynthesis. Without light, this reaction will not take place. That is why this is the light is also the what necessary condition for reactions to occur, right? So I am taking here the it is the 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O, then it will give rise C6 H12O6 plus it will give 6O2. So here what is required, that is light. When you talk about the electricity, okay, so few chemical reactions are there in which the electricity is required. Few chemical reactions are there in which the electricity is compulsory. Without electricity the reaction would not take place. So for example, if you are decomposing like that the NaCl, we are taking the NaCl, but it is the in aqueous form, and we form the electricity, right? If you form the electricity, so what you will get that is the Cl2 plus you will get the Na. So 2Na, here you take the 2 molecule. So this is what the electricity. If you can take the example also 2H2O, this is also liquid. You are passing the electricity. So you will get that is 2H2 plus O2. So you see here that is the without electricity this reaction would not take place. That is why this is the what the necessary condition. When you talk about the pressure, so the pressure, that is the very easy equations you must be knowing, that the Haber process is there where pressure is required. So if you are having that is N2 plus 3H2, so it is giving what? It is giving the reversible process 2NH3, but pressure is 200 atm, 200 atmospheric. Now the catalyst, when you come for the catalyst, so catalysts are two type. Catalyst, what they do, catalyst they increase the rate of reaction, okay, catalyst increases the rate of reaction. And rate of reaction, how can they can decrease the rate of reaction. If they are increasing the rate of reaction, they would be known as the positive catalyst, and if they are decreasing the rate of reaction, they would be known as negative catalyst, right? So if you talk about the positive catalyst, right, and negative catalyst, so here I am writing that is the suppose you are having that is the example here 2H2O2 hydrogen peroxide I am taking, and you are treating with the MnO2. Okay, so what you will get, that is 2H2O plus O2 you are getting. So it is what it is known as what, that is the positive catalyst. They will increase the rate of reaction. When you talk about the negative catalyst, right, so negative catalyst, like that if you are taking the oxidation of alcohol, now if you are doing the oxidation of chloroform in the presence of alcohol, so it would be the negative catalyst. You are having the chloroform CHCl3, and what you are doing, you are doing the oxidation in the presence of C2H5OH. The reaction decreases, product is decreases. A product is decreases, it means what? It means that is the C2H5OH is negative catalyst. Now this is all about the condition for the reaction, necessary condition for the reaction to occur. First of all, that is the mixing. When solid reactants are there, they have to mix properly, then only they can give the product. When you talk about the aqueous, then there must be the formation of solution, then they will get the product. Few reactions are there where heat is compulsory, so that is necessary condition. Few reactions are there where light is compulsory, and few reactions are there where electricity is compulsory. Few reactions are there where pressure is compulsory. Few reactions are there catalyst is compulsory. Without these things, the reaction would not take place. That is why they are known as what, the necessary condition for the reaction to occur. Now these things have been done. Now let us come for the next topic. What would be the next topic is characters of chemical reaction. Now characteristics. characteristics feature of chemical reaction to occur, chemical reaction to occur, chemical reaction to occur, characteristic feature of chemical reaction to occur. First is that is evolution of gases, evolution of gases. This is what the first. Then second is change of color. Second, when you talk about that is the change of color, change of color. When you come for the next one, formation of precipitate, formation of PPT. When next you come change of state, when next characteristic is change in state. Okay, so these four or they are the characteristics feature of the chemical reactions. So few chemicals reactions are there where the evolution is their characters. Okay, what there will be, that is the gas will form, gas will be a side product, gas will be a side product. So evolution of gases means the gas will be a side product. Getting my point? Evolution of gases means a gas will be a side product. Always a gas will be a side product. So if you talk about this one, metal, you treat with the metal, treat the metal with acid. So it will get the hydrogen gas plus salt. This is, so these kind of, when the metal is reacting with the acid now, they will give the hydrogen gas, and this kind of reaction is characterized, or what the characteristics is that hydrogen gas will eliminate. So this is also become the characteristics feature. So if you are taking here, see here, I am taking that is Na metal. If you are taking the HCl and take the 2 molecule, so what you will get, that is the 2 NaCl, and here you are eliminating the hydrogen gas. Okay, again if you are taking the other metal like that, you again take the 2 Na metal plus you are taking Na metal plus H2SO4. So you will get that is NaSO4, NaSO4, so the Na2SO4 plus you are getting H2O. So these gas are being formed. That is what is, that is characteristics. What become the characteristic? That is the evolution of the gases takes place. That is why it is the characteristic feature. Now come for the next heading, that is change in state. When you talk about the next one is the change in state. Change in state. Change in state. The meaning is very simple. Change in state, that is there would be the change in the physical state of the reactant, and in comparison to physical state of the product. So this would be the what known as what the change in state, right? When you talk about the, see here we are treating the ammonia today. Ammonia, it is in the liquid form, or you can say gas. Okay, ammonia is gas. Again we are treating with the HCl, it is also gas. If you give rise to NH4Cl, it is the solid. So here the reactants are gas and products are solid. So it becomes the change in state, right? It becomes the change in state. Now come for the next type of characteristic, that is the color changed. Okay, when we are coming for the color change. So few chemical reactions are there. They are the characterized by what, the change in color. They are characterized by change in color. Okay, few chemical reactions are there which are characteristics features is change in color, right? So there are certain chemical reaction, but we are supposed to write the few examples here. Suppose we are taking the example of Fe plus CuSO4. It is giving that is FeSO4 plus it will give the Cu. Now this is the iron, right? And CuSO4 copper sulfate copper sulfate solution is having the blue color, right? And when you talk about the ferrous sulfate solution, it will come green solution, right? And when you talk about the copper, that is a copper red deposit, copper red deposit. So see here, it is getting changed blue to green, So the color of the reactant is being changed to the color of the products. That is why the this become the characteristic feature of the any chemical reaction, where the color of the reactant is being changed with the color of the product. Now come for the next one, formation of precipitate, right? Formation of precipitate. Come here, that is what? Formation of precipitate, formation of PPT, formation of PPT. So when you talk about the formation of precipitate, so certain chemicals reactions are there which form the insoluble solid compound. Few chemical reaction are characteristics feature of formation of insoluble solid PPT. When you are taking the air, you tell the silver nitrate AgNO3, you are taking the NaCl, okay, you take the aqueous of both, and when you dissolve this, all the reaction will take place, then the AgCl will form. This is the solid PPT, solid white PPT, and next will form the NaNO3. So few chemical reaction you will always get where the solid compound is formed, and that is what is known as the precipitate. Now come for the next type of chemical reaction. We have to go for the types of chemical reaction, right? So see here, next heading is the types of chemical reaction. Types of chemical reaction. That what do you mean by the types of chemical reaction? There are 4 types of chemical reaction. First one, we are going for this one, heading wise heading. First one is direct combination. First chemical reaction is direct combination. Second reaction is decomposition. When you come for the third reaction is displacement. When you come for the next one is double decomposition. Double displacement or decomposition. So these are the reactions. Now direct combination means though 2 reactants are there, A plus B, which will give the 1 reactant. If 2 reactions are combining, they are giving the 1 compound. That is what is known as the direct combination reaction. The smaller molecule combine to form the larger molecule. This can be of 3 types. When the 2 elements combine, when 1 compound combine, when 2 compound combine. So this could be a 3 type. When you talk about the 1 element, so H2 plus O2, okay, 2 molecule you take, so it will be what? 2H2O. So it is what is known as what? The direct combination reaction. When you come for the next one, next things, so after the writing the direct combination reaction, we have to go for, see here, what you can do. With both are element, you do the element and compound. Here we are taking the CO, take the CO, plus O2. You will get here that is CO2. Balance it, multiply by 2. Here you also multiply by 2. Number of oxygen is 4. Here is 4. Number of carbon 4. So this is the what compound, and this is what element. The elemental compound. And when you talk about the other elements, suppose you are taking the NH3 plus you are taking the HCl. So you are getting the NH4Cl. So these all are, that is the here the that is the it is this these are the E. Now this is also E, and here is this is the C, this is also C, and they are forming compound. So a direct combination can be of the three type: when the element combine to form compound, when compound and element combine to form compound, or when the compound combine to form the compound. After writing this one, we have to go for the decomposition reaction, right? Decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. What could be the decomposition reaction? So it is literally, we have to understand the decomposition reaction. How we can understand that is, if we are having the bigger molecule, it is giving the smaller molecule, that is known as decomposition reaction. If you are having A, it is giving B plus C. So this would become the decomposition reaction. Suppose you are having the CaCO3, it is decomposed, so it will give CaO plus CO2, right? This is what is known as decomposition reaction. Now come for the displacement reaction. After knowing the decomposition reaction are also two type. First one is known as the thermal decomposition. If the reaction decomposition is carried out by the heat, that is the thermal decomposition. If the reaction is carried out by the electricity, that is electrical decomposition. That is not too difficult. When you are coming for the displacement reaction, little it is the important, okay, because we have to study the reactivity series as well. So next heading will be the displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Displacement reaction, right? So when you talk about the displacement reaction, so displacement reactions are also two type, okay. First one is the metal displacement, and another one is the non-metal displacement, right? So when you talk about the metal displacement, let us see here, more reactive metal. What it is saying? More reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution. Now this is the very generalized way. If the more reactive things are there, it will do, it will displaces the metal of the which is having the less reactive. So for example, if you are talking example here, we are having zinc plus copper sulfate, CuSO4. So it will form ZnSO4 plus it will form the copper. So this is what the displacement reaction. Here zinc has displaces the copper, so form the ZnSO4 and copper is formed. Now we have to go, that is the how can we know that which metal is reactive and which metal is non-reactive, right? So to get that, let us go for the reactivity series, okay. Then we will explain the reactivity series. We are going for the reactivity series, okay. Reactivity series. So what do you mean by reactivity series? When that is the arrangement of metal in decreasing order of the reactivity series, is means the arrangement of metals in their decreasing order of reactivity is known as reactivity series. So reactivity series is nothing but it is the arrangement of the metals in decreasing order of the reactivity is known as the reactivity series. Now what are the decreasing order? We have to understand that what are the decreasing order of the metal. So the first metal which is very reactive, that is potassium. Then you come for the sodium, then you come for the calcium, then you come for the magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, then lead, and here is the hydrogen, and when you copper, mercury, and silver, and here come here silver, and Ag, no, silver, that is Au, gold, that platinum. Again when you come for the, okay, these are the metal, and it same way you can do here, that is when you come for the non-metal, non-metal, for the non-metals, when you talk about the non-metal, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So these are the reactivity series. So here the most reactive metal if you find here, that is potassium, to here decreasing order, it will go up to here. So metal, that is the potassium, will replace sodium, sodium will replace calcium, calcium magnesium, magnesium can aluminum, can zinc, can iron, can lead, then hydrogen. These all will replace, when react with the acid, will release the hydrogen gas. Then copper, mercury, gold, copper, mercury, silver, gold, and platinum. When you talk about the non-metal, fluorine will replace chlorine, chlorine will replace bromine, bromine will replace iodine. This is the what this is known as what the reactivity series. Okay. So when you come for the next questions, so next question is the double decomposition reaction. Next heading will be double decomposition. So we are going for the next heading. Next heading is double decomposition. Double decomposition. Double decomposition. So let us go for the double decomposition. What do you mean by the double decomposition? This is also known as the double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Here the exchange takes place. Here the exchange takes place. In this kind of reaction, right? In this kind of reaction, one element of each reaction, one elements of each reactants, get exchanged to form two new product, then it is known as double displacement reaction. Then it is known as double displacement reaction, right? So this is what become the double displacement reaction. And double displacement reactions are two types. Okay, first reaction is let me explain, that is the example of double displacement. For example, if you are taking the BA what would be their in general example, that is you are having AB plus CD. What they will do, this will be exchanged over, so it will form, that is CB and AD, and AD. So this kind of reaction is known as double displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction are of two types. Double displacement reaction are of two types. The first double displacement reaction is known as what? The precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction. Okay. So insoluble compound form. Insoluble compound formed. Right? Insoluble compound formed. So where you are taking, that is the NaCl plus AgNO3. So it will form, that is AgCl plus NaNO3. So this compound is what? That is the insoluble PPT, right? Now comfort, that is the after writing the precipitation, next will come the neutralization reaction, right? Neutralization reaction. What is the neutralization reaction? You people has already known neutralization reaction. When you talk about the neutralization reaction, so what kind of compound will form? When you talk about the neutralization reaction, right? So when you talk about the neutralization reaction, it will form like that. When acid react with base, they form salt and water. This type of reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So if you are treating that is the acid plus base, so here it is forming, that is salt plus water. So this is reaction is known as what? Neutralization reaction. If suppose you are taking that here NaCl treating with the base NaOH, here is it not the acid, that is HCl and NaOH. So here that is what will form NaCl, that is this one is NaCl plus here water will form. So this is what that is known as neutralization reaction. But here you will finding that the one element of each compound are getting exchanged their position. So here it is getting exchanged with the hydrogen, and it is getting exchanged with the, when hydrogen combine NaCl HOH, so water will form. Here you are watching here Ag replace Na, so form AgCl, and Na replace the Ag to form the NaNO3. So this is known as what? The double decomposition reactions. And both are the types of reaction when you talk about, that is the neutralization reaction and double decomposition reaction. So this is all about the today's class, and thank you very much for watching this video lecture. Thank you.